let's start by building a context around what is NoSQL. First of all, NoSQL expands to not only SQL, is used today as an umbrella term for all databases and data stores that don't follow the popular and well-established RDBMS principles. NoSQL is not a single product or even a single technology. It represents a class of products and a collection of diverse and sometimes related concepts about data storage and manipulation. So let's begin with this background about on the NoSQL movement concept. So we will talk about in the first section the motives and the main drivers, criticism and the reaction with NoSQL data structure, and then we will talk about in this section the classification and comparison within NoSQL space, as well as comparing that to RDBMS stores. Now we start. Obviously, when we talk about NoSQL, this term picked up in 2009 and used by advocates of non-relational databases. Now the whole point of seeking alternatives is that we need to solve a problem that relational databases are a bad fit for. Now, one of the obvious we see is asset transition slow, join slow, distributed computing, not a design consideration, but there are some more to follow. Now, we'll go one by one for the list. So the second is horizontal scalability and running on commodity hardware. In contrast to RDBMS, most NoSQL databases are designed to scale well in the horizontal direction and not rely on highly available hardware. Machines can be added and removed without causing the same operational efforts to perform sharding in RDBMS cluster solution. RDBMS vendor like Oracle can tell us right degree of hardware and right configuration, but at what cost. So that is one of the criteria that is one of the motivation. Now coming to the second important point is avoidance of expensive object relational mapping. Most of the NoSQL databases are designed to store data structures that are simple. Now, this is particularly important for applications with data structures of low complexity that can hardly benefit from the features of relational databases. Relational databases gives us too much. They force us to twist our object data to fit into an RDBMS. Now we move on to another point, which is the current size fits all database thinking was and is wrong. Now, a growing number of application scenarios cannot be addressed with a traditional database approaches. Now, alternative towards RDBMS can be explained by two major trends. One is the continuous growth of data volume, and B, the growing need to process larger amount of data in shorter time. This another one, the RDBMS plus caching layer pattern workaround versus system built from scratch. Now, system built with a scalability in mind. In a relational database dominated world, scalability was an issue of leveraging MySQL and Memcached. Now, by the time we have implemented a Memcached, replicated, sharded database architecture, there is not much of the relational database left. Not only have the salient and most desirable features of the RDBMS been lost, but we have also created a maintenance nightmare. Now, moving to the last point, which is yesterday's versus today's need. Regarding data storage have considerably changed over time. So earlier, databases have been designed for a single large high-end machines. Today, data is neither rigidly structured nor a dynamic query is needed, as most applications already use prepared statements or stored procedures. Therefore, it is sufficient to predefine queries within the databases. We'll try to understand more closely about NoSQL and the use case requirement where these fit in. So let's first understand that NoSQL is a next generation databases, mostly addressing some of the points being non-relational, distributed, open source, and horizontal scalable. Often more characteristic applies, such as schema-free, easy replication support, simple API, eventually consistent base. Now, base is it's basically available soft state eventual consistency, and soft state refers to the behavior that data is written to memory instead of disk, and it's an optional ACID, a huge amount of data and more. We'll have a comparison of ACID and base properties in our second section. which deals more technically into it. Now, some of the key NoSQL players are, we can see in the list, Oracle is included. Here only to illustrate that even the relational database giant has realized the importance of NoSQL. Oracle is not necessarily as influential as others. Now, what kind of use cases are well suited for a NoSQL data store? Now, consider a subset of enterprise application. Now, all of these require real-time operational data. Some of the cases which we can think of on these real-time data, random read and write, real-time, low predictable latency, working set often less than total data set. Now the NoSQL best fit in some of the cases like operational data cases where we need to maintain a persistent cache, real-time data collection analysis, shared data platform, elastic scale out and pass. Moving slowly towards criticism and reaction around NoSQL space. Now, NoSQL, as a lot of critics quoted this. So this is a general saying towards new technology. Actually, companies do not miss anything if they do not switch to NoSQL databases. And if RDBMS does its job, there is no reason to replace it. Second criticism was NoSQL as being nothing new. Yes, most of the DBs use the same backend like B+tree, InnoDB. No, but the argument was the big change is how we interact with it and obviously how data is organized. NoSQL meant as a total no to SQL. Now, it has nothing to do with SQL. The term has to convey the assumption that SQL and ACID are not the only tools to solve our problem, such as end of master scaling, end of weaving the relational model through our application code. We can also see this as a post-relational instead of NoSQL. So we are seeing an explosion in ideas how to store important data. Requirement of administrator and operators, yes. So NoSQL debate is dominated by developers' view like performance, ease of use, schemaless, nice API, whereas the need of operations people and system administrators in adopt data fixing, adopt data querying are forgetting in this site. We'll see some of those querying models in our second technical section that we can plug in other layer on top of these NoSQLs. Now, the fifth critics is NoSQL is just about scalability and performance. Now, NoSQL data store can be made obsolete by making RDBMS faster and more scalable. Now, there's an argument that there is a lot more to NoSQL than just performance and scaling. And that, for example, NoSQL DB often provides better substrate for modeling business domain. I can do NoSQL just as well in a relational database. Although it is possible to tweak and tune a relational database, this does not make sense for all types of data. Different applications are good for different things. Relational database are great for relational data, but why we want to use them for non-relational data? So these are a minimal list of criticism and reaction which is going around in the NoSQL community, and I have jotted down some of those points. Now, moving next, we quickly like to visit what our NoSQL data structures are, and then we classify later on into these buckets where each of these NoSQL vendors fit into. Now, the key value store have a simple data model in common, a map or a dictionary allowing clients to put and request values per key. Beside the data model and the API, modern key values stores favor high scalability over consistency, and therefore most of them also omit rich ad hoc querying and analytics feature, especially join and aggregate operations are set aside. Now, key value stores have existed for a long time, example Berkeley DB, but a large number of this class of NoSQL store that has emerged has been heavily influenced by Amazon Dynamo. Next in class, we will visit column-oriented data store. These are advanced key value, unlimited number of columns. Columns can be grouped, values can be timestamps. Example includes Apache Cassandra. Third, we move on to a document kind of a store where the next logical step from a simple key value store to a more complex and a meaningful data structure, as they at least allow to encapsulate key value pair in documents. Document store databases are particularly useful for dynamic languages. Their feature allows them to easily replace traditional relation stores if ACID is not important. Example include MongoDB. Now, last kind of a data structure which we will be discussing is about graph. Now, based on graph theory, object as nodes, relationships as edges, easy to map objects. Now, example includes Neo4j, FlockDB, etc. So we will see these classifications more going ahead, and we'll map a lot of vendors, NoSQL data stores into these buckets. Now, we'll talking about the classification segment. Now, there are many sets of classification these stores go into. So the first classification is primarily based on our data model. Now we have a mapping category of key value store, then we have a lot of matching databases around, then we have document store, we have a lot of matching databases around, extensible record set which involve our columnar stores, Bigtable, HBase, Hypertable, Cassandra, and more. Now there another category which can be thought of based on customer need, the Downtable, where it categorized on feature first. So now feature first class of database provides a large number of high-level features that makes the programmer's job easier. On the downside, they're difficult to scale. For example, include all our relational databases. And second category is scale first, which is this sort of databases has to scale from the start. On the downside, they lack particular features and put responsibility back to the programmer. Now, and example include Project Voldemort, Hypertable, Cassandra, CouchDB, MemCacheDB. Third kind of a categorization which can be done based on a storage structure, which is assumes key value store with an emphasis on storing and retrieving set of arbitrary structures. The downside is that they generally don't have the features or the scalability of other systems. Example include file system, Cassandra, BerkeleyDB, Amazon, SimpleDB. Fourth kind of categorization which can be made is purpose-oriented, purpose-optimized storage, which is these are databases which are designed and built to be good at one thing. Example, data warehousing or stream processing. Example of such databases are Streambase, Vertica, VoltDB, Greenplum, and whatnot. Now, this categorization is useful to match a given use case to a class of database. Though the categorization is not complete, as example, graph databases are missing, and it is not clear how they would fit into the categories mentioned above. Furthermore, it is important to notice that some databases can be found in different classes. For example, Cassandra and SimpleDB. So the categorization does not provide a sharp distinction where each database only fits into one class. Now, we see a kind of a classification with a comparison of all these kind of a data structures, key value, column, document, graph, and comparing that to a relational in terms of performance, scalability, flexibility, complexity, and functionality. Now we can clearly see that graph databases are highly complex and highly flexible, and relational databases are low in flexibility, but they're moderate in complexity. But when we talk in terms of performance, we can see that key value, column, and document are very high in terms of performance and scalability. So this kind of a short comparison and classification which we can build and thought. Now the Bricko list shows the number of vendors which are playing in different categories of key value, column store, graph databases. So there are around 122 plus NoSQL data stores Most of them are open source and some are vendor proprietary. So I just want to give that glimpse out. This roughly brings an end to our section 1, which talks about evolution of NoSQL store, talks about the motives and the main drivers behind it, why we need it. We now look technically like how these features are embedded into a NoSQL store. So we see the building blocks, and most of these NoSQL store adhere to these kind of thought process related to consistency,